Dr. Bass. Welcome back to my channel where lessons lead to sound impressions. Class is now in session. So in episode 5, we explored local positions or positions that bordered or are near one another. Today, not only will we explore new scales, but we're going to explore higher and higher positions, or positions that are not near one another. Shifting between two positions that are not near one another or border one another can be tricky for string instrumentalists of all ages at all levels. It's simply something we never stop practicing. I will also tell you why looking at your hand as you shift will totally leave you in the dark. Okay? This concept will instead show you how to use your mind's eye along with your ears and your muscles. It's a much more efficient way of going from one place on the instrument to another place. Let's use an example of the blind person. Okay, so have you ever seen a blind person do this while walking? I haven't. I don't think you have either. Why? Because there's nothing up there to reference. Okay? You see the blind person doing this because there's all kinds of information down there. When he or she taps the ground, they know whether there's an incline or a decline. They know whether they're coming to the top of the steps or bottom of the steps. They know if the ground all of a sudden becomes rough, whereas it was smooth, or vice versa. Okay? There's all kinds of information down here. They even know if they're doing this, they even know spatially from left to right how much room they have. All kinds of things are down here. You know? So if they can go far distances without being able to see, then we can go a short distance on our instrument. And that's one of the things that I admire about blind people. Okay? So I say, let's be like them when we're shifting for efficiency. Okay? So we're going to be going over higher and higher positions, because soon I want to introduce arpeggios. Now, what's an arpeggio? I'm glad you asked. So an arpeggio are the notes of a chord, but instead of being played together, they're being played in succession. They're not being played together. They're being played one after the other. Okay, and that's a really quick way to get around the instrument. Okay? So, without further ado, let's explore some of these new scales and some of these new positions. Okay? So, today we have C major. So let's look at that. So we have C major and all of its minors. We're going to start with C major. But first, let's get our drone, okay? This is very important because I don't only teach bass playing. I like to teach ear training as well. It's very important, okay? C major. to C natural minor. C natural minor. You'll be starting in half position. 1 second. We're doing something a little different today. Now, in one of the last videos, I said we would be going from here to here. First finger goes where second finger was. Now we're going to first finger goes where fourth finger was. Half position to second position. Now, they are still positions that border one another. But we're going a little further. Okay, and these two positions, half position and second position, where C is, they still share one note. They still share B flat. Okay? Let's go on. C harmonic minor. What's next? C melodic minor. C melodic minor. Now with this, once again, we saw first finger going where fourth finger was, but we also saw when we did the melodic minor, first finger going where second finger was, again. Or if you wanted to do it this way, start this scale in half position, we could do second finger going a half step higher than fourth finger to achieve the note just before C natural, B natural, leading tone. Come back with a slightly different fingering if you want. So we have here, and then we're going to come back down. Okay? So, few things you can do over here. Just a couple of fingers you can do that are okay. All right? Now, we will go on to C sharp major and all of its minors. So let's see what this group of scales will do. By the way, C sharp is inharmonically equal to D flat. C sharp and D flat are in harmonics. What does that mean? They sound the same. You can't tell the notes apart, but they're spelled differently. in music. Okay? Just wanted to let you know about that. Let's see what C sharp major sounds like. What happened there? We went to a position that wasn't near or didn't border half position. Now we're in second and a half position. Okay? And now this brings us to another type of shifting concept that I promised I would tell you about. That concept is the finger before the shift, comma, shifts, period. I'll say it again. The finger before the shift, comma, shifts, period. So what does that mean? What can you equate that to? Well, consider the finger before the shift, the bus that gets the finger after the shift to its destination. The finger after the shift does not shift. Okay, the finger after the shift is the passenger. Okay? Passengers don't push the bus to their location. Passengers get on the bus to get to their location. So let's look at this example again, but with C sharp natural minor. And I'll add some theatrics. So did you see what happened? Second finger is the bus. Second finger is the bus. Now, first finger is the bus. Over here, it was second finger is the bus for the first finger to ride on to get to its final destination. But over here, the first finger now is the bus that will get second finger to its location. So you see what's going on? Let's go on to the harmonic form of the minor. C sharp harmonic minor. we saw the finger before the shift achieve the note after the shift. Well, that's okay. Okay? Why? Because sometimes the bus has no passengers and it just goes back to the depot. Okay? The driver has to go home. The bus has to be empty. So in this case, sometimes it happens. That's okay. All right? So that rounds out those two scales. We have one more scale. C sharp, melodic, minor. And that rounds out all the scales of C sharp. All right. So now we go to D major and all of its minors. Let's see what new interesting situations we have. Because now we're going to third position. D major. When shifting, like what we were just doing, we have to get other fingers out of the way, okay? So did you see what was going on over here? We have to get the fingers that have nothing to do with the conversation out of the way. Consider this to be like a relay race. How about that? Okay, have you ever ran a relay race? I have. Back in the Beaufort time. Anyhow, so the basic premise of a relay race is you have a runner and you have other runners spread out along the track. The first runner runs with a baton as fast as they can to another runner who's further down the track who's waiting for that trade-off of the baton. Okay? So once that first runner gets closer, the other runner starts running, okay? Not too fast because they need to get that trade. Once that trade-off happens and the first runner gives the second runner the baton, that second runner shoots off as fast as they can. And wash, rinse, repeat. Same thing, okay? So that's what's going on with this. Okay? Let's go to D natural minor. D natural minor. Came down another, and that's okay. That just shows you two different fingerings and two different shifting ideas and concepts for what I'm talking about today. The first way, there's a conversation between two fingers. But if I start in first position this time as opposed to half position last time, it'll look like this. Okay? So, a couple of different ideas, a couple of different concepts. They're both okay. Okay? Let's go to D melodic minor. D melodic minor. And that rounds out our D scales. Now, let's check out E flat major and all of its minors. Let's see what that sounds like. Now we're The first tetrachord was done in half position. But then, first finger went where fourth finger was to continue the start of the second tetrachord. Wait a minute, what's a tetrachord? I mentioned the first four notes of E flat, and then the second four notes of E flat scale. Well, I gave you the answer, actually. Tetrachord. The tetrachord is a unit where it breaks up the Western 8-note scale. Okay? First four notes, second four notes. A regular 8-note scale is made up of 2 tetrachords. Tetra meaning 4, chord meaning sounds or tones. Okay? So you should know that little term. Okay? So let's go on to E flat natural minor. Let's see what that sounds like. Simply achieves its destination. The finger after the shift is the passenger. Okay? What would happen if the passenger pushed the bus? They paid their fare and they got back at the bus and they pushed. Not so good. This is what it would look like. The second finger shifted. The second finger shifted. Should not have shifted. The second finger should have simply reached its destination. I think I have a gnat in here. Shouldn't have done that. Okay? Shouldn't have done that. Same here. Same here. Second finger is the bus that will get fourth finger to its stop. Okay? What's next? I think E flat melodic minor. E flat melodic minor. shift shifts, the finger after the shift simply achieves its stop. And that rounds out all the scales of E flat. I got some requests to do the positions that go higher and higher. Okay? Now, I'm tired. That's a lot. That's a lot. But you know something? Your wish is my command. Or as Yoda would say, my command, your wish is. That's simply called anastrophe. That's the way Yoda speaks in Star Wars. And it essentially means second first, or changing the words around for poetic emphasis. It's really nice. But anyhow, enough about Star Wars. E major. Now we're going into fifth position. Okay, fifth position with E major. Now, notice the space between my fingers in first position, and you'll notice how close my fingers are in fifth position. Let's consider this before we get started with those scales. Little current events. Social distancing. Okay? So let's consider half position to be New Jersey. How about first position, New York? How about second position to be Pennsylvania? Okay? So these are all positions that are near or border one another, just like those three states. However, the laws of those three states make them different. So in New Jersey, you may have to social distance 12 feet. New York, 11 and a half feet. Pennsylvania, 11 feet. Now the thing is, you can't social distance in one state the way you social distance in another state. If you try to follow the laws in, let's say, Pennsylvania, but apply them to New Jersey, that's not going to work. And the same thing with New York going to New Jersey. It's not going to work. They have different laws. And just like these three states have different laws, fictitious laws, I just made up. Just want to make that clear. Each position has different laws about the spacing between the fingers, okay? So you cannot have a half position, hand position, or finger spread in second position or in any other position. You can't have a half position finger spread in first position. You can't do it. The laws are slightly different. Okay? So these are things that you have to be aware of. Once you move further and further from this, the nut, and closer to this, the bridge. As I said in another video, The higher the pitch, the closer its neighboring pitches are to it. Okay? Go back and watch that video. Okay? So let's explore E major. E major. Out our E scales. So now let's go on to F major and all of its minors. We're going higher and higher, and our fingers are getting closer and closer. Okay, as we move from position to position, we have yet different laws for spacing or social distancing. F major. That scale with the first tetrachord in half position. Let's see what that looks like. Now, I want you to notice something, okay? When I go from string to string, I like to prepare myself. As you saw me coming back, going down, fourth finger is already on the D string. I have 2 more notes to play before I get to the D string, to play fourth finger on F natural. Reference, my friends. Reference. That's what you want. Even going up. Second finger is already hovering above A. Once I play second finger, fourth finger comes up because I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Now I play fourth finger with B flat. Okay? So you always want to be referencing like that blind person. Always want more information. More information gives you more accuracy. Okay? Not looking, because there's nothing to look at. There's nothing to look at. Okay? I remember taking the tape off very young because the tape was now distracting all of a sudden. I took the tape off my early instrument. Because it was distracting. I didn't want to see it. Okay? So let's be like that. Let's go on to F natural minor. F natural minor. So that's the kind of positioning that I'm talking about, the spacing I'm talking about. Again, the higher the pitch, the closer its neighboring pitches will be to it. Okay? And so that rounds out those groups of scales. Now, let's go to F sharp major and all of its minors. Let's see what that sounds like. F sharp major or G flat major. Why do I say or? Because again, F sharp and G flat are in harmonics. In harmonics are notes, once again, that are spelled differently but sound exactly alike. Okay? So let's go to F sharp major or G flat major. F sharp natural minor. F sharp natural minor. F sharp harmonic minor. And lastly, F sharp melodic minor. You saw how close my fingers were over here as opposed to what they were over here. Okay? Different positions, once again, have different laws. Okay? And that rounds out our F sharp major scales. So, we've learned a lot today. We learned different shifting concepts, okay? Likening it to passengers in a bus, or you can liken it to a relay race, okay? And you saw that using your ears and your muscles and your mind's eye will more effectively get you from one place to the other. And that's going to especially hold true when we start doing arpeggios. Okay? So I want to thank you for visiting my channel. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted to future videos when they come out. Again, I'm Dr. Bass. I hope you've gotten my gist. Class is now dismissed.